So Paris, France was always one of those places that I just always heard bad things about. Like, don't go there, people are rude, the place is dirty. People went on it from... Now, I heard these from people who hadn't actually been there before. So, a few years back, I decided to go check it out for myself. Honestly, I love traveling, I love seeing new cultures, new places. It doesn't matter if I'm traveling just within the state or trying to get outside the country. I just really love to travel. So, in this episode, let's talk about Paris, France. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos, right? It's fun. Yeah. So of course, no backpacking experience is complete without staying in a hostel full of very loud people, full of everybody just coming and going at all hours of the day. And the one I stayed at was called Oops. That's what it was called. It was Oops. Oops was the hostel. And it was right next to this small pizza place and a wine shop. Now I remember we went into the wine shop, you know, and what little bit of French I actually knew, said bonjour, wandered around a bit. And he starts kind of pointing me in the direction of red wines from the area. If you know France, there's no shortage of red wine. And the one that he showed me, you know, I told him, I was like, we're on a bit of a little budget here. And the guy was real nice about it, pointed everything out, and gave us like this super cheap bottle of red wine. I think it was maybe €4 for the bottle, which translates to, I don't know, maybe about $6 here. That is a cheap bottle of wine, but don't let that price tag fool you, because this was probably the best wine I have ever had. It was amazing because slept like a baby and woke up the next day refreshed and ready to walk the entire town. So I decided, of course, to go exploring and just, when you're in a place like that, you just walk. You just walk everywhere, you know, buy a good pair of shoes and just walk everywhere. See everything that you can. It really, it's all part of the experience. Passing up little shops and meeting people along the way. So of course I had to walk out to the Eiffel Tower. I don't think you can really grasp how big it is until you're standing directly underneath it. You can see it from almost anywhere in Paris, or at least where I was staying. You can see it from miles away. I think it's funny though that originally there were so many artists in Paris that were against the construction of the Eiffel Tower. They were not fans of it. They thought this giant iron monstrosity was an eyesore in their town, so they'd protest against it. There were people who, they would write letters to the newspaper saying, you know, petitioning for it to be taken down. And it's funny because now it's like the landmark of Paris. It is how most people recognize it that aren't from there anyway. So the next stop was the Louvre Art Museum. The museum in general is home to just hundreds of amazing paintings. But honestly, the reason I went there was because I really wanted to see the glass pyramids. I don't know why that was such an attraction for me, but I was dying to see those pyramids. And of course, you know, wandering around out there in the courtyard and everything, they're constantly surrounded by people, and it's so hard to get a good photo of it. But it was a cool experience. I was also lucky enough to get to go and visit Notre Dame, which, I mean, as a lot of people know, it caught on fire in 2019. There was a fire in it that destroyed a lot of the inside of it, and there's still construction going on now. So, I mean, I really feel lucky being able to see it before that happened and kind of see it in its glory. Historically, it's been a bit rough for Notre Dame as it is, and let's face it, like, Notre Dame did not do well during the French Revolution in the 1700s either. So, you know, it's nothing new, but it's good to be able to see it, and it's a wake-up call, really, to just appreciate what's around you, because you really don't know how long it'll be there. It may have been there forever, but it may not be there tomorrow. All right, so one last story here about the Paris experience. Now this story I'm not as proud of, but let's face it happened either way. We walked into a restaurant and, let's step back. I did not know the public restrooms in Paris, you gotta pay for all of them. They all have little coin machines on the outside, and if you don't have coins, you can't use the bathroom when you're walking around the town. So I stop in at this little restaurant, and we're going in, And this guy, you know, he stops us. Oh, hello, bonjour. Can I help you? What are you looking for? And we're like, oh, we're gonna, you know, grab something to drink, and I'm gonna grab some tea, because that's, you know, you drink tea when you walk, right? So he's like, sure, this way. And we're like, oh, yeah, we'll head that way in just a second, just stopping at the bathroom. And he's like, no, this way. We're like, no, the bathroom. This one's kind of, we got to go. So he says, no. First food, then drink, then you can use the bathroom. Well, I was like, currently I have no room for food or drink, which is why I need to use the bathroom. So I think we got a little dilemma here. He says, no, you can't use the restroom until you pay for this stuff. I was like, set me up a table, man. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying get out of my way. I need to use the bathroom. Stands between us and the door. Says no. So, you know, being a bit rebellious as it is, we politely thanked him for his time and went outside and peed in the building. Oops. Oops. And I mean, you know, it happened. When you gotta go. Did you know that Paris was actually one of the few cities that had a human zoo for a while? Don't take my word for it. Look it up. I mean, you're on the internet right now. Check it out. I mean, not right now. You gotta finish watching this video. You know, watch it front to back, subscribe and liking things, and then go check this out. Go look up the human zoo. There were a few places that had human zoos. It's kind of weird. So I hope you all enjoyed taking a little walk down memory lane and a walk through the streets of Paris, France. We'll catch you later on, somewhere between the sky and Texas.